Many of you who are users of Windows 10 are likely in panic since Windows 10 is about to be classified as end of life by Microsoft. End of life is today.
January 2025. Windows 11 adoption hits 31%, down from 35% 3 months earlier. Microsoft projected 50% by now. They missed by 19 percentage points. But here's what's really terrifying Microsoft executives. Windows 10 support officially ended October 14th, 2024. That means 400 million people are running unsupported software because they refuse to upgrade. 400 million. They'd rather risk security vulnerabilities than use Windows 11. And the exodus is accelerating. Linux desktop usage jumped from 3.2% to 4.8% in 6 months. Mac sales in the enterprise sector up 47% year over year. Chromebook shipments to businesses up 89%. This isn't just users complaining. This is a full-scale migration away from Windows. Bill Gates, who hasn't run Microsoft in 17 years, got pulled into emergency strategy meetings. And when you see what's actually happening, when you look at the internal panic, you understand Microsoft is facing an existential crisis they can't stop. When the rebellion started, it began quietly. September 2024. Windows 10 approaching end of life. Microsoft starts the push. Pop-ups every day. Upgrade to Windows 11 now. Windows 10 support ends soon. Protect your PC with Windows 11. Most users ignored it. Clicked, remind me later. Some tried to upgrade. Found out their computers weren't compatible. TPM 2.0 required. Their 2019 computers with perfectly good processors, not supported. Microsoft told them to buy new hardware. Rachel Morrison is a freelance graphic designer in Portland. She's got a 2018 custom-built PC. Intel i7-8700K processor, 32 gigabytes RAM, RTX 3070 graphics card. Handles Adobe Creative Suite perfectly. Fast, reliable, zero problems. Windows 10 support ended. Microsoft said she needs Windows 11. She tried to upgrade, got an error. This PC doesn't meet Windows 11 requirements. Why? No TPM 2.0 chip. Her motherboard is from 2018. TPM 2.0 wasn't standard then. Microsoft's solution? Buy a new computer. Spend $2,500 for an operating system upgrade. Her current computer works perfectly, but Microsoft says it's obsolete. She's not buying a new computer. She's switching to Linux Mint, spent 2 weeks learning it. Now she's running all her Adobe alternatives. GIMP instead of Photoshop, Inkscape instead of Illustrator, DaVinci Resolve instead of Premiere Pro. She doesn't miss Windows, actually prefers Linux now. No ads, no forced updates, no Microsoft account requirement. The computer is hers again, not Microsoft's data collection platform. That's happening millions of times across the world. People with perfectly functional computers being told to throw them away and buy new ones because Microsoft decided to require hardware that most computers don't have. It's artificial obsolescence, e-waste generation, and users are rebelling. The TPM requirement that broke everything. The TPM 2.0 requirement is where Microsoft's problems really started. TPM is a trusted platform module, a security chip that stores encryption keys. Sounds reasonable. Except TPM 2.0 became standard in computers starting around 2016. Anything built before that can't run Windows 11 officially. Microsoft's own data showed 52% of Windows 10 devices couldn't meet the requirements. They locked out half their user base. But here's what makes this insidious. There are workarounds. You can install Windows 11 on unsupported hardware. Microsoft even documented the process. Then they patched it out, made it harder. Then people found new workarounds. Microsoft patched those too. It's a cat and mouse game where Microsoft keeps trying to prevent people from using Windows 11 on older hardware. Why? Rob Braxman, a veteran programmer who had his software demoed by Bill Gates in the 90s, says it's about control and partnerships with hardware manufacturers. The PC market was stagnant. Nobody needed new computers. Intel, AMD, Dell, HP, they needed people to buy new hardware. Microsoft partnered with them to create artificial obsolescence, force hardware upgrades through software requirements. And here's the smoking gun. The TPM endorsement key, the unique identifier in the chip, is tied to your Microsoft account. Can't change it. Can't delete it. Third parties can access it via API with no restrictions. Your computer has a permanent tracking ID Microsoft controls. Rob Braxman demonstrated this live, showed how the device ID is pulled from TPM and transmitted to Microsoft servers, showed third-party apps accessing it. This isn't about security, this is about surveillance and forced hardware sales. Jennifer Patel runs a small accounting firm in Ohio, 12 employees. She bought Dell workstations in 2018, cost $18,000 for the whole office. Those computers are fast, run everything her business needs, no problems, but no TPM 2.0. Microsoft says she can't upgrade to Windows 11, so now she faces a choice. Spend another $18,000 on new computers that do the exact same work, or keep running Windows 10 with no security updates. She chose option 3, switching to Linux. Ubuntu LTS. Cost? $0. Her accountants are learning it. They'll be fully migrated by March. Microsoft lost an $18,000 hardware sale and a longtime Windows customer because they got greedy. The forced account that killed trust. Then there's the Microsoft account requirement. Windows 11. Home won't install without a Microsoft account. The option to create a local account during setup? Removed. You must sign in with Microsoft email and password. Must connect to the internet during installation. No offline option. No local account. Microsoft controls your login to your own computer. David Chen bought a new laptop in March 2024. High-end Dell XPS, $2,200. Opened it up. Started Windows 11 setup. Demanded a Microsoft account? He didn't want one. He uses local accounts, keeps things private. No cloud syncing. He spent 2 hours searching for workarounds. Found a method using command prompt. Microsoft patched it 6 weeks later. He's on a tech forum. Sees people discovering the workaround stopped working. Microsoft is systematically removing every option to use Windows without a Microsoft account. He's done with Windows. His next computer is a Mac. He's a software engineer. Used Windows for 20 years. But he's not giving Microsoft control of his login. Not letting them track everything he does. Not syncing his data to their cloud whether he wants it or not. Microsoft lost a loyal customer because they decided users don't deserve privacy. And it gets worse. The Microsoft account isn't just for login, it's the gateway to their entire ecosystem. OneDrive forced syncing. Microsoft 365 subscriptions. Edge browser defaults. Bing search integration. Everything funneling users toward Microsoft subscription services. Windows isn't an operating system anymore. It's a vehicle to push cloud subscriptions. During the Windows 7 era, you got Microsoft Office for free with the OS. Didn't need accounts, didn't need internet. It just worked. Now Office is Microsoft 365. $100 per year. Forever. Tied to the same account that controls your login. That controls your data syncing. That tracks your usage. Microsoft isn't selling software anymore. They're renting it and using Windows 11 to force people into the rental model. Sarah Kim is a high school teacher in Austin. She bought a Windows 11 laptop for lesson planning, set it up, created a Microsoft account like it demanded, started using it. Within a week, she's getting ads in the Start menu, ads in File Explorer. OneDrive nags to upgrade storage. Microsoft 365 prompts everywhere. She paid $800 for this laptop. It came with Windows. And Microsoft is advertising to her on hardware she owns. In an OS she paid for through the hardware cost. She returned the laptop, bought a Chromebook. done with Microsoft forever. The AI nobody wanted that spies on everything. Then Microsoft went all in on AI. Copilot integrated into Windows 11, watching everything you do. Microsoft calls it Recall. Takes screenshots of your activity every few seconds, stores them locally, analyzes them with AI, so you can search your history in natural language. Sounds convenient. Security researchers immediately found it was a surveillance nightmare. The way Recall stored data wasn't properly encrypted. Any malware with local access could read everything. Your banking details, your passwords, your private messages, every screenshot sitting there. Exposed. Security expert Kevin Beaumont analyzed it and said it's the worst privacy disaster in modern computing, giving malware a treasure trove of everything you've ever done on your computer. The backlash was nuclear. Privacy advocates called it spyware. Security experts called it dangerous. Microsoft pulled the feature before launch, eventually brought it back as opt-in with encryption and authentication. But even with improvements, people don't trust it. Once you give software permission to watch everything, how do you know it's really only watching what it claims? Marcus Webb is a lawyer in London. He handles sensitive client information, attorney-client privilege, confidential case files. He upgraded to Windows 11 in January 2024 because Microsoft's nags were relentless. Found out about Recall. Read what it does. Immediately understood the legal implications. If Windows is screenshotting everything, that's creating discoverable records of privileged communications. That violates his professional obligations. He can't use Windows 11 with Recall. Even if it's disabled, can he trust it's truly off? No. He switched his entire firm to Mac. 22 lawyers. All new MacBook Pros. Cost £67,000. Microsoft lost that business because they built spyware into the OS. And Copilot isn't just Recall. It's integrated everywhere. Word, Excel, Outlook, Paint. Every application got AI whether users wanted it or not. Microsoft invested $13 billion in OpenAI. They need to justify that investment. So they're forcing AI into everything. Users are paying the price. Here's the truly insane part. Microsoft warned users not to use Copilot in Excel for anything requiring accuracy. Their own warning. Don't trust the AI with spreadsheets because it hallucinates too much. So they built AI into productivity software that they admit doesn't work reliably, but they're forcing it on everyone anyway, because they spent $13 billion and need to show investors it's being used. The performance disaster everyone notices. Windows 11 was supposed to be faster than Windows 10. Microsoft's marketing promised improved performance, better resource management, faster boot times. Reality? Windows 11 is measurably slower. Independent testing shows it underperforming. Windows 10 in several benchmarks. Gaming frame rates sometimes drop 5 to 10%. Application launches take longer. The UI feels sluggish. Why? Bloat. Windows 11 is packed with features nobody asked for. OneDrive syncing constantly in the background. Copilot running monitoring processes. Telemetry data getting collected and uploaded. All of this happens behind the scenes. Using CPU cycles, using RAM, using bandwidth. Your computer works harder serving Microsoft than serving you. Microsoft admitted OneDrive background syncing slows computers. Their solution? They didn't remove it, just tried to optimize it slightly. The feature causing the problem is mandatory. You can't disable it without registry hacks most users don't know how to do. Kevin Torres is a competitive gamer in Brazil, plays Valorant semi-professionally. Frame rates matter. He upgraded to Windows 11 in July 2024. Frame rates dropped from 280 frames per second to 245 frames per second. Same hardware. That's a 12.5% performance loss. In competitive gaming, that's unacceptable. He spent 3 days optimizing. Disabled Copilot, disabled telemetry, disabled everything he could find. Got back to 265 frames per second. Still worse than Windows 10. He's switching to Linux with Proton for gaming. Microsoft lost a customer because they made the OS slower while claiming it's faster. PC gaming forums are filled with people reporting worse performance on Windows 11. Microsoft's response? If this opened your eyes to why Windows is dying, share it. Because Microsoft isn't telling you this. They're reporting record cloud revenue, talking about AI integration, acting like everything's fine. But Windows 11 adoption is falling. Users are fleeing. Alternatives are thriving. Microsoft lost control of the narrative, lost control of their users, and maybe lost Windows forever. Subscribe if you want to see what happens when Windows drops below 60% market share, because that's coming. In the next 3 years, Windows might become just another OS, not the OS. Linux and Mac combined could exceed Windows by 2030. Sounds impossible, but look at the trends. Look at the user sentiment. Look at the migration numbers. It's happening right now, and Microsoft can't stop it because they refuse to give users what they want, an OS that serves them, not an OS that serves Microsoft. That's what killed Windows 11, and that's what nobody at Microsoft wants to admit.